I'm male 22 and my brother is male 28. He's been engaged to his fiancée for a few months now. She is 24. My brother's fiancée is your typical spoiled party girl, and to be honest, so is my brother. In the last year or so, my brother and I have had a strained relationship. This is mostly due to differences of opinion when helping take care of our mom, who is struggling with some PTSD anxiety. She got held hostage by a man at her job, is still recovering, Wakani, and not back to work yet. For some context, my brother is a very impatient and opinionated person who struggles to see things outside his own perspective. He doesn't have a good grasp on mental health. He is easily persuaded by what he reads online and gets caught up in conspiracy theories. I noticed COVID, the pandemic, kind of exacerbated all of this. I work as a paramedic, and he's been arguing with me about thinking I know better than him ever since. I am adopted, and my bio mom was of a different ethnicity, so we don't look like brothers. When he can't think of a way to win an argument, he brings up the fact that I'm not her real son or his real brother. It wasn't always like this between us, which is sad. He's just not the same person, and I'm not sure if it's work stress, life stress, or what. I get that this post is going to be skewed by my perspective, but I'll try to be objective when it comes to the conflict. My birthday was last weekend when this happened. My brother's fiancée apparently had the idea to throw me a surprise party. Most of the people there were friends of my brother and the fiancée. Everyone was drunk. They made a bit of a show of bringing me out a cake and having me blow out the candles. Before I did that, my brother's fiancée swiped frosting on her finger and put it on my cheek. I thought it was just her being nice and not trying to smash a piece of cake in my face. I blew out the candles, and after I did that, his fiancée grabbed my face and licked it, like from my jaw all the way up the side of my face. I have no idea why she did this. We don't even have the kind of relationship where it would be funny. My brother's face changed, his demeanor changed. He became very withdrawn and irritable. They were seen quietly fighting, and he ended up just leaving the party. I brought it up the next day to make sure he was okay, and apparently the two of them made up. It's me he has an issue with. I don't know what she told him, but it seems as if I'm the one being made out to be flirting with her, wanting her, etc. Not even remotely true. I told him to leave me out of his relationship problems. It's his partner who disrespected him and embarrassed him. He's angry at the wrong person. I refuse to apologize. Apparently, I am going to be out of the wedding unless I do. He's upset because I won't admit to my mistake. Well, I don't feel like I made one. Should I just do it for the sake of settling it? Normally, I'm willing to be the bigger person, but this is a false accusation I don't want attached to myself. Now for some comments. Someone asked if the sister-in-law had been flirting or trying to make a move in the past. I never thought about it actually, and nothing really sticks out. She's obsessed with K-pop, and I am half Korean, so she's made comments to me, but I didn't interpret them as flirting. I thought she was just trying to be nice and didn't know how else to connect when I shared about the whole being adopted thing. When she's sober, she is more awkward, shy. My brother lives with my mom, so usually when I visit and we're talking, my mom and brother are around too, and it's more of a family vibe. Another commenter said my brother and his fiancée are behaving like children. If I apologize for this incident, then it's likely that he will continue to treat me with disrespect. If he takes me out of the wedding, he will have to explain the reason to others, which should prove embarrassing to him and his fiancée. Perhaps I should call him on his bluff. Regardless, I'm not the jerk. You know what? I'm not opposed to threatening him with that. Thank you. Someone else suggested I should not attend my brother's wedding for peace of mind because of the brother and his fiancée's behaviors. This one hurts. I think I needed to hear it, though. You're not wrong. I guess I'm just always trying to understand him, and I need to stop doing that, especially when he's not giving me that same kind of understanding. I thought we could get back to the relationship we had before, but it's not looking like it's getting any better. Another commenter asked if the sister-in-law was likely to be drunk when the situation took place. She was drunk. My brother was drunk. I was drunk. Everyone was drunk, and there's video of it which shows it was all her. I agree there isn't anything to dissect. I don't understand why he's so mad at me. Now for the 8-day update. After trying to reach out to my brother, he finally came around and stopped ignoring me. He didn't want to talk about what happened, but was willing to put it behind us. To be honest, I think talking about it would have been healthier, but I decided to let it go because he was so adamant. Then just the other day, he came to me on his own and admitted that he feels unsure about his relationship and is struggling to trust his fiancée ever since the incident on my birthday. I told him there's no rush to get married and he should take time to figure out what he's feeling. I didn't try to give any particular opinion because I feel like this is something he needs to figure out for himself. Also, I genuinely don't know what's going on between them. He still took what I said the wrong way somehow, and we ended up having an argument. He thinks I'm not happy for him and don't want to see him successful/starting a family. I tried to walk away at this point in the conversation because no matter what I said, it was just going to get misconstrued, but he didn't want to stop fighting. Somewhere in that, I finally learned why he's so mad at me these days. It turns out he's pissed that our mom paid for my tuition. I've been doing overtime to pay her back. Clarification. If it matters, she doesn't actually want me to pay her back. It was a gift, but I'd like to pay her back slowly. My brother feels this money should have been given to him for his wedding, which I am no longer invited to. I don't really know how to fix things, but that's where we're at. Now for some comments. Someone asked if my mother paid for my brother's tuition. She did, but he dropped out. So one point in his argument is that she gave him less. Another commenter said, "I'm not the jerk. She attacked me. My brother should be mad at her, not me. Probably best just to go no contact, at least for a while." Someone else said, "I'm not the jerk. My brother is a jealous jerk, and his girlfriend is a creep. I doubt their relationship will last until the wedding, but if it does, I bet the wedding will be a drunken mess. I sound like a good person, take care of myself and my mom, and leave my brother to deal with his problems. Hopefully, one day, he will grow up and want a better relationship with both of us." Another commenter said, "I'm not the jerk, and it's not me that has to fix things. It's him. Short of giving in to his tantrum and giving him money, don't do that, by the way. I can't fix this. And if I start bending over backward to make the man-baby happy now, he'll know I will eventually cave, and he will never change. The money was your mom's to give or loan however she wanted. If he has an issue with that, he needs to work it out with your mom, because it was ultimately her decision. Him shitting all over you is wrong. Am I the idiot for losing my mind over a stuffed seal and making everyone else deal with it? I don't know why I'm writing this. I just feel absolutely heartbroken. Got back from Greece early hours Tuesday morning, unpacked my case yesterday, and only realized when I got in bed last night that my stuffed seal wasn't there. I've had him since I was 6 and slept with him almost every night since. He comes everywhere with me. He's been to uni with me, he comes on holiday with me, and anywhere I move to, he comes with. I always said I wanted to be buried with him. He means that much to me. I barely slept last night and had an anxiety attack. I've emailed the hotel and rang this morning, but they just said they'll respond to my email. I've been constantly refreshing my emails since. I'm due to start back at work in 20 minutes, but I can't stop crying. I can't breathe properly from how hard I'm crying, and I want to call in sick. My stomach is constantly churning and I feel sick. I know that sounds pathetic, but it genuinely feels like I'm grieving. Now for a few important comments. One commenter suggested, email the hotel ASAP. No guarantee, but they might be able to find it and send it to you. It's your best only chance to get it back. I replied, I've emailed and my partner has emailed too. I'm just waiting for them to get back to me. They confirmed on the phone they have a lost property, so I'm just praying they've put him there. I would pay whatever it takes to get him back. Another commenter shared, I'm so sorry. I left a plushie of mine behind at a motel in another state recently. I've had mine for a similar amount of time too, but we were able to arrange for a FedEx pickup and delivery back to our place. Anyways, during that time I tried not to feel distraught. I knew I would have my favorite friend back. but it was so hard not to worry about the negative outcomes. I responded, I'd pay anything and would wait months if I had to get him back. I just need to know he's not been thrown away. I'm glad you managed to get yours back. I hope I have the same luck. I'm constantly refreshing my emails and have not stopped crying since last night. Update. I've sent a picture of my teddy to the hotel, and they've responded saying their team is now working on locating it and will get in touch with any updates. My wonderful partner has also texted me to let me know Softie number 2 is on its way to me. When I told him OG Softie had been left behind, he looked online and managed to find the exact same toy online and ordered one for me, which I'm really surprised about, as this plushie is around 24 years old and was bought for me from a marine animal park in France. It's not the same, but it's better than nothing, and if Softie is found, he'll be coming home to his long-lost twin. Update 2. The hotel got back to me and said they did a thorough investigation and couldn't find him. I'm absolutely heartbroken. Edit. He's been found and is being shipped back to me. Now for the 2-day update. Softie has been found. I got an email from the hotel this morning letting me know, and he is being shipped out back to me today. He just had a little extended holiday. Thank you to everyone who commented on the original post, sending support, reunion vibes, and those who offered to help. I read every single message and appreciated every single one. I'm overwhelmed with happiness right now, and by the kindness of strangers. I think Softie felt all your positivity and came out of hiding to come back home. Now for a few more comments. One commenter exclaimed, "Yes, the update we all needed and hoped for. So happy for you and Softie. Once they arrive home, don't forget to give them a huge hug and let them know how cheeky their impromptu extra holiday was." I replied, "He's getting the biggest squeeze and is now grounded for life." Another commenter said, "Oh my God, I'm so relieved for you. I left my bunny and blanket at my parents' house last time I visited, and even though they shipped them second-day air, it was the worst 3-night sleep in living memory. P.S. We humbly request Softie tax upon his safe return." I responded, "Softie tax will be paid, as well as his reunion with his new brother." Now for the 6-week update. He came home about a week and a half after the hotel found him. It was Softie Jr. that took so long to arrive, and I wanted to wait to get a picture of him meeting his long-lost son. For some reason, Softie Jr. is a lot smaller than OG Softie, but I like it better that way because he really does look like Softie's baby. Am I the idiot for leaving my wife after she refused to accept our son's girlfriend? I am a 53-year-old white man. My wife of 30 years, Naomi, is Japanese. We have 3 kids, and this story focuses on my oldest son, Kyle, who is 28. When Kyle first went to college, he dated a Japanese girl. Naomi loved her, but they didn't work out. For the past 3 years, Kyle has been seeing Danny, a black girl. They met while volunteering at a soup kitchen. When he first sent a picture of her, Naomi immediately didn't like her. Danny has a style that some might associate with urban black culture, with big hoop earrings, long nails, and long eyelashes. I think she looks stunning, but I've never been involved in African American culture. Recently, Kyle moved back to our city for residency, and Danny moved with him to start law school. They invited us over for dinner at their new place. Danny cooked soul food, which was amazing. I complimented her food, and Naomi gave me a side eye. Naomi then asked Danny why she dresses the way she does and why she was twerking in public. Kyle asked his mom what her problem was. I took the phone to scroll through Danny's Instagram and saw both fun videos and academic achievements. Before Danny could answer, I told Naomi that Danny was young and having fun. I asked if she noticed Danny graduated, finished law day, and volunteered often. Naomi looked angry and said Danny wasn't good enough for our son. Danny asked why Naomi loved Kyle's ex so much, pointing out that she didn't graduate with honors and posted about many different boys on social media. Danny then said it was evident Naomi's dislike was due to race. Naomi doubled down, saying, "So what?" Kyle, who had never disrespected his mother before, told her to get out. Naomi left crying. In the car, I asked Naomi what her problem was. She asked why I didn't defend her. I said she was being discriminatory and hypocritical, just like her parents, who didn't like me because I was white. She said it was different and stayed silent the rest of the way home. When we got home, she locked herself in the room and cried. I can't feel bad for her because if someone disrespected my wife like she disrespected Danny, I would have done the same as Kyle. But am I the jerk for being harsh towards her in this situation? Now for a few important comments. A commenter asked how it was possible I didn't know Naomi was discriminatory after being with her for over 20 years. I responded that we were never directly involved with African Americans, so she never displayed this behavior. Another commenter said I was the jerk to Naomi because I could support and understand her preconceived notions and preferences. I replied that racism is not a preference, and supporting it is something I will never do. I asked if I was too harsh, not if I was wrong. A commenter was glad my son told Naomi to leave because she was being horrid. They suggested giving her time to reflect and then having a calm, serious talk. They hoped Naomi would recognize her behavior and decide to change. Another commenter said, I did the right thing by standing up for my son and Danny. Now for the update a day later. I want to mention that I've been around Black people, but they were never part of my inner circle until Danny. I think it's stupid that twerking has a negative connotation. It's just dancing. The video Naomi found was of Danny at a nightclub, not at church. I asked my daughter Ari to breakfast and talked about Naomi's behavior. Ari said it made sense now. She recalled subtle incidents, like when she lost a chess match to a Hispanic boy, Naomi said he must have cheated. But when she lost to a white girl, Naomi just said she was really good. Ari realized her mom isn't who she thought she was and mentioned Kyle was about to propose to Danny. I guess Ari talked to Naomi before I could because Naomi asked why I brought the kids into the argument. I said it was about their brother and they'd find out eventually. I asked Naomi if she wanted to explain what happened. She said it wasn't serious. I thought if Kyle and Danny got married and had kids, I wouldn't be involved if I stayed with Naomi, and I wasn't willing to take that chance. I packed my bag and told Naomi I couldn't stay if she wasn't willing to talk. She stopped me, crying again, and admitted to having discriminatory tendencies and being jealous of Danny. She said she was supposed to succeed like Danny and be smart like her, and it wasn't fair. I said it was fair because Naomi didn't have a hard upbringing and had access to tutors and the best schools. I told her it was a sad excuse. Naomi said she felt she was losing both of us to Danny. She mentioned how I complimented Danny's cooking, but didn't like Japanese food. I explained I just wasn't a fan of Japanese food, but still ate it when she made it. I told her the problem wasn't about the food because she already had an issue before we got there. I told her I'm leaving, and that until she changes her ways or gets help, I'm not coming back. I'm getting a divorce if she doesn't apologize to Danny and mean it. I've just been driving around since that conversation, and I'm hurt that the love of my life is not who I thought she was. Now for a few top comments. Commenter 1. She doesn't even see what she did wrong. She's going to lose her son because she can't see past skin color, and apparently this has been going on for a long time. Commenter 2. She's still blaming Danny. She's still refusing to reflect and take responsibility for her actions. Her own kids are not on her side. She's still a jerk. Commenter 3. Your wife is clearly all about the excuses and woe is me attitude, instead of just facing her judgmental and discriminatory tendencies she has. You've done everything you can. It's totally on her now to sort her issues out. If she doesn't and is willing to lose you and her son, then it's on her shoulders.